Hello folks, my name is Scott Grove. I'm here to do a review on some more guitars that I've just got in. I am not in a music store. This is just simply my guitar room. I just get a lot of guitars for my own collection. This is my savings plan, if you will. Musicians do not get a retirement plan, so when I'm 60 I'll sell all these to all you guys and you can have them then. Today's offering is a bizarre one, and these are no longer in production at all. These are the lace, that's right, from the lace sensor to unlace. This is the lace Helix HG0309. Sorry, might as well be the BR549. Okay, I will show you what's going on here. Here's the headstock on these things. Okay, it's got kind of a wacky looking headstock. They threw some stock Grovers on the back of here. I'll let you see the actual model number here in case you want one of these for some reason. But I just talked to the folks at Lace a couple days ago, and they never actually made these guitars. They were outsourced, like everything is, through a different company, and the only thing they wanted in there was their pickups. Lace makes some of the best pickups in the entire world. There's no magnetic drag like on any regular pickup. You lose sustain on Les Pauls, on Fenders, on anything that has the pull pieces and the big magnets, because the string is trying to vibrate, but then that magnet and that pull piece actually stops your sustain. It makes the string hover over the top and stop. These do not have that magnetic pull, so your sustain will be longer. Everybody has realized that now. And so everybody who thinks they have the Les Paul that sustains for years and years, guess what? No, it's quite the opposite. It's just a myth. But anyway, everybody's trying to do the pickups like the lace sensors are, where there's no magnetic pull or very little. So that's the big selling point today on everybody else's things. They're trying to copy this. But again, like I said, Lace did not actually make these guitars. They just make the pickups, but they hired somebody to make these. But now that is gone. They do not offer guitars or basses anymore. They're selling off what they have, and then that's the end of that. Okay, so let's get down to this guitar and show you what all is wrong with it. The only thing that's right with it are two of the pickups. Actually, there's a couple more things. Okay, number one, you'll notice these big wheels here, the data wheels. They are strictly tone controls. They must have bought a surplus of these. They're just, you either like them or you don't. I thought they were kind of futuristic looking, but when you get it home, it's kind of retarded. You have a master volume right here, if I can get the whammy bar out of the way. So master volume right where it is on a Strat. So anybody that's used to doing the pinky volume swells, you're good. You got the typical 5-way, and you got the typical Strat setup. You have 22 frets. So everything is in the right position as a Stratocaster would be. So it sounds just exactly like a Stratocaster, no difference. Okay, you have the Ebony Fingerboard, no markers on the front. You got a 12th fret. This here's actually, they call it a funky little H, or for the Helix. So that's supposed to look like an H. Can you figure it out? Maybe. Okay, these are not the cheap ones. These are the neck-through designs, which I don't like. I would rather have a bolt-on, which they offer. Okay, but these are like the $1,000 ones. They made one other one that had their first one out, which actually had like a 10-degree neck tilt, so that your hand went like this. It was actually more like this, in a more comfortable playing position. Okay, but that was like $5,000 for that. These are $1,000. You can still get them. The big thing that is wrong with these is the bridge is actually located too far back. So it is a designing flaw, and it is that way on all of them because it's cut by a computer. So whatever country these were made in, which it does not say, they screwed it up, and you'll never find one that's right. I had to actually, I'll show this to you real close because it's very important. See the high E string on this one right here. I had to go as far as I can with it, and it's still not intonated. And then you'll see it's on top of the bolt for the tremolo. And it still needs to go forward more, but that spring just isn't long enough. Okay, so the bridge is set. You see everything is maxed out. So they screwed up, put the bridge in the wrong place, and it's that way on all of them. So I am trying to get another bridge for this thing, or at least a saddle, replace it, and sell it, because it is impossible, 100% impossible, to intonate these guitars. Okay, so design flaw number one. Okay, besides the big data knobs. Okay, but it looks like, you know, something from Batman, the Batmobile thing. You have your access to your springs, your access to your controls back here, blah blah blah. Typical trim actually works well if you use it lightly. There's nothing locking here. It does have a tilt back on the headstock. You can see that here. Okay, so it is just black, black, black. So you're going to stick a little bit to that finish, to the poly finish. How does it sound? Well, what we have is the second really stupid idea, which Lace is pushing right now, which is retarded. Okay, the output of the, remember the classic, just the gold Lace sensors, like came out in '87 for with Fender on all their Strat Pluses, are in the neck and in the middle, but they put a hot gold in the bridge. Okay, these are 5.5K. This one's over 12. So you got more than double the output on this sucker. So in order for it to actually be useful for me, some of you guys might like it that it jumps up more than double in volume, but I had to cram that sucker, almost buried it down into the body to make it all nice and clean and everything be equal, you know, volume wise. So gold Lace sensors on this hot gold, unless they're in all three positions, bad idea, Lace. Disappointed in you there. So anyway, I had to bury that into the guitar. What's it sound like? Here it is in the 2 position, or your Strat position, totally clean. Let me get you a little more volume, and just to give the guitar a little more chance to wail. Okay, so that's just clean. Here's the tone control, which actually works well, but it's just huge. There's no missing it when you go to grab it. So they are very active, but why the big data things? Who knows? It's just trying to look futuristic, as you know, with the rest of the guitar. The jack is in a horrible place again. The bass that I'm getting ready to show you, made by Lace, they actually did it right as far as the jack goes. The rest of the bass is seriously wrong. But I'll show you that right after this. So you have your typical good sounding thing, except for I hate the sound of the hot gold. It bites too much. Okay, I'll put it with the bridge, so it's the hot gold only. That is what is called ice pick tone. So the gold Lace sensors, in my opinion, suck donkey balls. Okay, so I would not get one for any reason. So I got one now, and I'm reviewing it. And I gave it 2 thumbs down for Ebert and Siskel and everybody else who would have been in that pack. But the thing is, okay, middle pickup. I've never found a use for it, but some people love it. Okay, the 4 position sounds like a Strat. I know you guys get tired of my country licks, most of you, but that's what I play. So listen to the guitar clean. Yeah, I'll throw distortion on for the frickin' metalheads here in a little bit. But okay, so it sounds. So that kind of whammy stuff is fine. Anything past that with a non-locking trim will go out of tune. But for some reason with this particular whammy, even though the bridge is not intonatable, is that a word? Intonatable. You can whammy it more than most. So it's a better bridge system, whatever the hell it is, than most. While I'm in the 4 position, we'll grab that other monster tone. So the tones work great. It takes 4 people to turn that knob, but anyway, and finally the neck position. I mean, the good old lace sensor, the gold ones, not the hot golds, sound great. Okay, so okay, I'm not using any effects except for, of course, reverb. I love tons of reverb. Okay, so let's go into the dirty sounds. The hot gold, let's just go to the bridge, throw distortion on it. No other effects other than distortion. Okay, so that's what they're made for. Like I said, you rockers and stuff, the hot gold is fine for that, but they do not clean up. Okay, so just think of it as a single, it's just a hot single coil pickup. Okay, so if you're into it, great. I'm just personally not into it. I'm just letting you know that's what they do. So they do it well. Great. I'll leave it there and I'll throw on a cooler distortion sound. Okay, so even with that much whammying, okay, it will still return to tune. So it is a great bridge. They just put the son of a bitch in the wrong place. Okay, so these guitars are no longer being made. If you want one, grab one, and if you want to try to relocate the bridge, more power to you. So this one will probably be up for sale, so you can grab it. I gave $800 for it on eBay, if you want to know. Okay, and yeah, that was new. So just to try it out, I had to try it, and so be it. But everything else is fine. But the neck is, I'd say 60s, Les Paul type of a C neck. It's not the big thick 50s one. So it's got some chunk, but it's not huge. Okay. Everything else about it is fine. Black is black is black. Everything is great here. I don't see any reason why you would need anything else as far as adjustment goes. It's got plenty of room to adjust. Unlike their bass guitar Helix version of it that I have the neck through, you would actually have to have somebody heat that neck up in order to work on it. So that's why I actually like the bolt-ons better, because you can actually take them off and work on them, whereas that bass is almost unplayable at the point because you can't take the neck off and fix it. As typical, somebody's trying to call while I'm working. So anyway, the guitar is actually not a bad guitar, except for you have, like I said, somebody get that. This stupid bridge, they just don't know how to build a guitar. Okay, so once again, they are just out of business as far as guitars go. They're going to keep making the guitars. Long story longer, that pickup is very hot. The lace hot gold, so it's called hot gold for a reason. It's just very hot. These are great. They sound like a Strat, like they're supposed to if you like a Strat. The body is wild looking, which I like. I'm torn on this thing. It comes close after all the modifications I made, and I had to drill a big old huge gap. You can't even see it here. You can email me if you want to see the real good close pictures, where I had to take the whole entire thing above the saddle above this and go over it and then drill way down into it. But anyway, so there you go, the Lace Helix. Okay, like it or not.